This book is called Count Your Way Through Ireland. It was written by Jim Haskins and Kathleen Benson. The illustrations are by Beth Wright. There are some introductory notes here reminding us that on the island of Ireland, there are two nations, Northern Ireland, part of the United Kingdom, and the Republic of Ireland, which is its own free nation. The Republic of Ireland has two official languages, English and Irish. Some people say Irish Gaelic, and that would also be correct. So we begin counting in the Irish language. Ahain. There was one St. Patrick. Although he was not born in Ireland, he is revered as the man who brought the Christian religion to the island. Patrick was born around 385 in Scotland, maybe in Western England. When he was 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and sold into slavery in Ireland. 6 years later, Patrick ran away, but he felt a call from God to return to Ireland and bring Christianity to its people. He preached all over the island and became very famous. When Patrick died, around AD 460, all of Ireland mourned him. Many legends have grown up around St. Patrick's memory. One such legend is that he drove all the snakes from Ireland, which is why there are now no snakes in Ireland. Every year on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, he is honored not only by the Irish, but also by other people in parts of the world with large Irish populations. Pádraig is one of three very important Irish saints. Along with him is St. Bridget of Kildare and St. Columcille. Ado. Two structures that mark ancient Irish church settlements are the Round Tower and the Celtic Cross. Round towers are 5 or more stories tall and have cone-shaped roofs. They serve as bell towers, lookout platforms, and protection against Viking raiders. The entrances to the towers are about 15 feet above the ground and were reached by ladder. During a raid, the people of a settlement would climb up into a tower and pull the ladder up after them. The Celtic Cross is marked by a round center and short arms and is covered with beautiful carvings. The Celts were people who came to Ireland from Western Europe in about 400 BC. People consider them to be the original Irish. Traditional Irish art and folk culture is Celtic. A tree. The flag of the Republic of Ireland has 3 colors. It used to be called the tricolor. Those colors are green, white, and orange. The green stands for the Catholics, and the orange represents the Protestants who live on the island. The white stands for the wish for peace between Catholics and Protestants, between the green and the orange communities. In the early part of the 20th century, Ireland was to decide whether to remain part of Great Britain. In 1916, Irish rebels, led by Padraig Pearse, captured several government buildings in the city of Dublin. They raised a green, white, and orange flag, which became a symbol of free Ireland. Although the British defeated those first rebels, the southern part of Ireland eventually won its independence and became the Republic of Ireland. Northern Ireland remained part of Great Britain and continues to fly the British flag. Acathair. Historically, Ireland has been divided into 4 provinces, the 4 green fields. An old saying describes what each province has been known for in the past, although I'm not sure how the people of Connacht feel about this. Ulster for a soldier, Connacht for a thief, Munster for learning, Leinster for beef. Ulster is, roughly, Northern Ireland. Through the years, its geography has helped it resist invasion. The province is surrounded by sea on 3 sides and humpbacked hills on the 4th. Connacht was once the part of Ireland where people were sent for punishment. Munster contains the cities of Cashel and Cork, where art and learning have long flourished. Leinster's fertile farmland is ideal for raising cattle, places like County Tipperary. Acuig. There once was a young woman of Cork who needed 5 baskets of pork. She went to the town, bought pork by the pound, then took it all home on a stork. There are 5 lines in this silly limerick. Limerick is a verse of 5 lines in which the first line rhymes with the second and fifth lines, and the third line rhymes with the fourth. These humorous poems are named after the Irish county and city of Limerick, and must have begun there at social gatherings where a group would sing, "Will you come up to Limerick?" after each set of verses. There's a long tradition of poetry in Ireland. Before Ireland had a written language, the history of its people was handed down from generation to generation, from bard to bard, through poetry. Ashe. 6 symbols of Ireland and Irish culture are the shamrock, harp, shillelagh, leprechaun, top hat, and clay pipe. A shamrock's a small 3-leaf clover plant. It is strongly associated with St. Patrick's Day because St. Patrick used it to teach people about the Trinity. The harp is important in many Irish myths and legends. It appears on the national coat of arms and the presidential flag of the Republic of Ireland. The harp is the symbol used to represent Northern Ireland on the royal arms of Great Britain. A shillelagh is a club made from the branch of an oak or a blackthorn tree. In early times, an Irishman would use it to defend himself and also to hit the ball in the traditional Irish games of hurling and camogie. Those hurleys today are made of ash. A leprechaun is a fairy shoemaker from Irish folklore. His job is to mend the shoes of the other fairies who spend their time dancing. Perhaps as a result of his hard work, the leprechaun in most stories is rich but also bad-tempered. Leprechauns are called the little people. The top hat and clay pipe are also familiar symbols of the Irish. The best clothes of an Irishman once included a hat with a high crown and a narrow brim. At night, once his duties were done and his good clothes put away, a man would sit by his fireplace smoking a pipe made of the same clay as his cottage. Ashacht. 7 popular sports in Ireland are horse racing, golf, bicycling, running, boxing, Gaelic football, and hurling. The lush pastures that cover most of Ireland are perfect for horse breeding, and over the years Ireland has exported many horses to other countries. Many Irish people love to bet on horse races. The Irish Derby, which is held every summer in Kildare, is one of the most famous horse races in the world. Gaelic football is similar to soccer, and the Irish play both sports. Hurling, another Gaelic game, has been played in Ireland for over 1,000 years. The third Gaelic game is handball. Hurling is said to be the fastest game played on dry land. It's like field hockey because it's played with a stick, called a hurley, and a ball, called a slither. The Irish also play rugby and all kinds of Olympic sports. Olympic champion Katie Taylor, who is now a professional boxer, comes from Ireland. Professional golfers like Rory McIlroy and Padraig Harrington also came from Ireland. Ahocht. 8 traditional Irish foods are potatoes, corned beef, cabbage, mulligan stew, fish chowder, soda bread, oysters, and oatmeal. Many Irish dishes contain potatoes, which have long been a staple of the Irish diet. Irish cooking also includes a lot of one-pot meals that allow a cook to feed an entire family on only one fish or a bit of meat. Corned beef and cabbage are often simmered with potatoes and served together. Mulligan stew, which is a mixture of whatever meats or vegetables are available, is probably named after a long-ago Irish cook named Mulligan. Stews today are traditionally made with lamb. Most Irish fish chowders contain fish, potatoes, parsnips, carrots, and leeks. Fresh fish is available across the coastal waters of Ireland. One-pot meals are often accompanied by round, flat loaves of soda bread. Another tasty tradition is a meal of oysters from Galway Bay. The annual Oyster Festival in Galway is the last weekend in September. Finally, no Irish breakfast, unless it's an Irish fry, would be complete without Irish oatmeal or porridge. Steel-cut oats are very popular in Ireland and exported all around the world. Ani, 9 musical instruments important to traditional Irish music, trad music, are small bagpipes called uilleann pipes, a drum called a bodhrán, the harp, the tin whistle, the fiddle, the accordion, the wooden flute, the guitar, and the piano. The revival of interest in the Gaelic Irish language sparked a renewed interest in traditional Irish music, and now there are many festivals of traditional music held throughout Ireland. The music is also played at parties called céilís, where it is accompanied by Irish dances such as reels or jigs or hornpipes. Ajay, 10 handcrafted goods made in Ireland are linen, tweed, woolens, lace, crystal, pottery, china, candles, metalwork, and calligraphy. The famous Waterford crystal is made in the seaport town of Waterford. The best-known Irish sweaters are knitted in the Aran Islands, located in the deep indentation of Galway Bay off the west coast of Ireland. Irish lace is famous throughout the world for its intricate designs. Irish calligraphy is also known for its intricacy and is a tradition that dates back to the time of the Celts. Here is a pronunciation guide where you can practice counting from 1 to 10 in Irish. A hain, a dó, a trí, a cathair, a cúig, a sé, a seacht, a hocht, a ní, a dé. There's much more you can learn about Ireland and the Irish people and their customs and culture, but this book has been a good introduction. Count Your Way Through Ireland. It was written by Jim Haskins and Kathleen Benson. The illustrations were done by Beth Wright.